Oh, a tree. God, those trees feel good. Now there's a fish on there. Yeah. I think there is. Sure feels like it. It's just got flex to it. It's weird. Yeah, there's a fish. It's a freaking giant fish, whatever it is. See my rod? Look.
Holy crap.
It must be just a freaking Mondo catfish or something.
Is it on the bottom or are you on?
No, I can't tell. It just, when I said, it did not move. Because I felt a little tick.
Tree or is it
I can't tell.
just glued to the bottom?
I think it's just so damn big.
60-pound freaking.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I only got 12-pound line on here. Try to get it up so we can at least look at it. There's.
Tell me when he's on his way. Oh yeah, it's a big old cat. Look at them bubbles coming up.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I felt it bite, you know, I felt a little tick. And then I just sat and there was like, okay, it's
awesome. You set that and it just looked like you sat right into a tree. It's
just freaking, it didn't even move.
There he comes.
That's a turtle.
Oh, no way. Did he bite it?
It's a turtle. Put in his bunghole.
See if he wants to come in the net. Look at that.
Holy cow. Yeah, I'll get those pliers. Nice.
No wonder he didn't want to come up.
Got him. Thanks, man.
He died.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Species. I caught a turtle.
I haven't seen that happen in a long time.
That thing is stinky, though.
Good morning, folks, from Truman Lake. This is number 4 in the Ozark Division in the BFLs. Tired, man. Tired. It's hot out here. It's been tough. Just tough staying out here mentally. Drew Sagely. I like that last name, man. I like that last name. Drew him, and we're gonna do some point hopping, man. We're gonna cover some water, stay in the current, see what happens. Kind of play bumper boats with everybody else down there. Looking forward to it. I gotta get one keeper, man. Stay up there in the points. So we always start with one, and we move on from there. You'll see what I'm throwing, just standard stuff that's been working for me all year. The lake is dropping about a foot every couple days, 6 inches a day, something like that. 6 to a foot. Yeah, 6 to a foot. So it's dropping fast. We're pulling current. The bush bite's kind of starting to go away. It's becoming more of a normal summer pattern. So we're kind of in the middle of all this. I know last week the water was up quite a bit more and the weights were up. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking if I can get 10 pounds, I'll be right there where I need to be for sure. So one fish at a time. We got about 10 minutes before we taking off. 200 plus boats, it looks like. I'm not really sure, but 15-inch limit on largemouth and spots. And here we go, man. Let's go do it.
Looking bigger out there.
knew I had a bite like long before that. Oh, longer than you look.
No? Yeah.
14 and a half. Catch on tournament day.
In that? No. Oh, missed him. Yeah, there is. There he is. I think it's a little one. Yeah. Just picked it up, never hit the bottom. That's a good one. Dude, that's the kind right there, brother. Good work. Little bitty old worm, huh? Like a bluegill? Yeah. Good work, man. There he is. Little guy. I got it. Little guy. I ain't gonna help it. What the?
Oh, look at you.
Sheep's head. I got the species for the day, man.
You're gonna go for the slam.
I need a walleye and a bluegill.
You need a gar.
A gar? Nice.
A gar and a hybrid.
You can hear him, he's going brrr, brrr.
You're going for the crash fish slam today.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta be known for something.
Heck with bass fishing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous you keep catching stuff.
Just never know what you're gonna get on this little shaky head. That's a better one, I think. Feels better. I don't know. You ready? Oh, it's a flathead. What the crap? Come on.
Lucky you.
It's 15.
Lucky you.
I think
Flatheads are getting rarer these days. I thought it was gonna be a blue cat.
I got a magic marker kit. Maybe I can dress him up like a bass. And,
I feel it. Passing as a smallmouth.
yeah, it's got similar colors.
Man, that looked like a good one.
Yeah, that was a good bite, dude. He thumped it. Yeah, sucker. They're pretty fish, though. All right. Sorry. Midday report. It is tough as nails out here. Super hot. We do have a breeze, and we're fishing bluffs, man. I'm leading the species race today. I've caught a flathead, spot, largemouth, and a drum, but I still got 0 in the well. We still got plenty of time. Drew's got a tank in there. He got a good, like, probably a 4-pounder. It's a very, very solid fish, but he's just got that one keeper. So we're just hunting and pecking. Fishing slow. This is kind of a dead period of the day. Just waiting for that afternoon bite to pick up.
Looks like somebody had a tent pitched right there and just melted because of the heat. It just melted. I know a lot of those guys are running two live scopes though. Fish? Net?
I thought for a second he was big because he was hung up in that brush. On the Nico.
Nico.
You weren't coming off, were you, bud?
There he is. God dang, he got off. That was close.
That was the nicest bite we've had in a long time.
I know, he was out here too. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, they went really slow. Man, I wish it was a 12-inch limit.
They went slower than the 15.
Yeah, they're definitely one that kind of floated down there. That fish actually hit it right when it hit the water. Oh, that was a suspended fish, yeah.
Watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon, man. Ever since I started throwing watermelon, I've been getting way more bites. Nobody's probably throwing watermelon, and I think something about that, just that little bit of glitter. And the water's cleared up since Thursday, it seems like.
It has got a lot to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'll work. Good job, brother. Good job. Yes.
Oh, he has it. Stuck in the box.
Yeah, not getting it good. Nice. It's good to get a bite every once in a while, keep you awake. No doubt. Yeah. Net? Dude, toad spot.
That's the biggest spot I ever caught here.
Nice. You said it was calling you. Better pick up the phone.
More of the looks good pattern, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Good job. Okay. 2-minute penalty.
I probably need it.
There's one net. That'll work, won't it? It's gotta be 15. Come on. That was right off that tree. Come on, be 15, please. It's close. It's close. It's close. It's 15. Come on. Yes. Yes.
Good job, man.
Thanks. Thank you, Jason Husky. All right.
Pour water in there.
Ah. What time was it? 1 o'clock. Ah. Never give up, right? 7 hours to catch that fish.
Nice.
It's a good point. Put a waypoint on this point.
Never give up, folks. Never give up. It's the oldest cliche in the books, but it is so true, especially on a day like today when it's like mid-90s, super humid, full bluebird skies, and bites are few and far between. When you don't get a lot of bites, you don't get a lot of feedback, your mind has a tendency to drift. And when you do get that bite, you miss it. Oh man, it's like, how much longer I'm gonna have to wait to get another bite? So staying focused is key on those grinder tournaments. I made a key adjustment to get that bite. Earlier, I'd been catching a lot of fish on a 4-inch watermelon worm. I was getting a lot of bites behind Drew, and for whatever reason, they wanted that watermelon. Well, we made a boat run. We switched to a different area of the lake, and I was not getting bites on that worm. Drew was getting bites on his worm. He was throwing a shaky head as well. He was throwing a green pumpkin, a little bit bigger worm. He caught another keeper. He put a couple in the boat, and I said, I got to do something. Something is not right. So I made a little bit of switch. We're coming up on this point, and there's a tree there. I switched out my worm, made a cast. There's current coming through there, and I just kept it down there at the base of that tree, and I was just kind of moving it a little bit, just kind of shaking it, kind of playing the current, playing the current. I want to show you a new worm that I just came across. Husky Outdoors. This is the Perfect Trick Junior. Jason Husky started this company. He sent me a couple packs, and I threw them in my tackle bag just for this trip, just in case. So I'm like, I haven't tried these worms. I'm gonna pull them out. This is what it looks like. Really unique shape. It's a thin profile. It's about a 6-inch worm, I want to say. Yeah, it's a 6-inch worm. This is the green pumpkin. Unique thing about this worm, it's got this little bulb on the tail, and it's a floating plastic, so it sits up like that. I was pairing it up with a Jewel Bait Company. That's the Pro Shaky Head. This is a great shaky head, by the way, guys. 3/16 ounce, so it kind of drifts in that current. It's rocky on Truman. You fish something really heavy, you're gonna get hung up. I found that this 3/16 was just heavy enough to get it down, but not so heavy that I was getting hung up a whole bunch. But that's the setup right there. I just touched the tail and a little bit of chartreuse, and that's what put that fish in the boat. I was paying attention to Drew. By the way, Drew, great boater. We had a lot of fun. That's one of the things I really like about these BFLs is you get to meet a lot of nice people. A lot of times you're making lifelong friends. It's a great way to spend the day with somebody out in the boat, just doing what you love, that you're passionate about. But couldn't have asked for a better boater. He gave me plenty of room. We were fishing kind of slow out off the bank. He did a little bit of live scoping. There's a couple times where he was like locked on had the Ultrex on. He was spot locked, making a specific cast. And I just cast it around. I just cast it around. That's the way it goes. But most of the time we were fishing off the bank, plenty of room. It was a great day. We had great conversations. We just had a blast, man. Made a friend, so good times. Jason sent me a couple more packs of these worms, and we will be doing a giveaway sometime in the next month on our live stream. We do a Monday night live stream. It's at 7:30. So if you have not checked out the live streams, come by, check them out. It's a really good time. It's a great way to ask questions to our guests. We have a lot of great guests on there, but we're gonna be doing a Husky Outdoors giveaway, and you can get some of these worms. Also, before we get back into the rest of the video, at the end of this video, we did a recap. So I was staying with my travel partner, Mike Marfell, M Squared. We were also staying with Big Ben and Mikey D. So all the four of us sat around after the tournament, and we kind of did a breakdown, a tournament recap. If you haven't seen the practice videos, there's 2 practice videos prior to this. We kind of break down what patterns we had come up with going into the tournament and how we were going to attack the day. So it's kind of neat to see what we found out, what we were thinking about going into the tournament, and then we applied that, and then how it happened. So you're gonna have like the outcome, the aftermath at the end of this video, so stay tuned.
Well, there was one here. Never felt him bite. It's probably because he's 5 pounds. The original bait fuel.
That's the pattern.
Dead fish pattern. Yep. There he is. Net. That might be a freaking catfish, dude. It's freaking strong, whatever it is. I think it's catfish. Yeah, I'm on fire.
Who today?
Hey, they're getting bigger.
Man, then it should have been on you.
Hammered it, man. Just freaking hammered it. There you go, folks. Mr. Whiskers. Beautiful fish. Bait fuel. Word of the day, kids. What bait fuel? Net. Pretty fish. Like a stuck pig. Oh, a tree. God, those trees feel good. Now there's a fish on there. That's a turtle.
Oh, no way. Did he bite it?
It's a turtle. Look in his bunghole. Yeah, that turtle's gonna have a story to tell his family. It's like I was just down there minding my business, enjoying the current, in the middle of the sun, and some snagged me in the booty. Got one? Ooh, I think so. Oh yeah, he'll go. Good work, man. One to go. Yeah, he's bleeding, isn't he? And scissors.
I've got him. You want to wear him out of your mouth so you can breathe.
You know, bump him to make sure. Yeah. Pretty sure he's good though. How much?
15.
Nice, good work. One to go. Channel cat, channel cat, channel cat, channel cat.
Now I wish I'd have caught that one. Yeah.
Close. Close. I don't think so, but close, but no seeker. Hey, we're finding multiples on points, though. That's kind of cool. Oh my God, you sucker.
Flip him over, see if he's wanting the other way.
Nope.
Oh my God. Shorter though.
Well,
Dadgummit.
that's alright, it's a bite.
Good job.
Thanks. Oh, net.
Over here messing with the fish in the eye.
It's probably your fish. Just like the last one, huh? I got it. Thanks. Man, they feel so big when you don't get so many bites.
right, that's ball game. Man, we scrambled in the fourth quarter, made a little bit happen. So we're gonna put these fish in the bags, go up there and weigh them in, see where it pans out. Had a fun day, man. Had a fun day. Tired, hot, sticky, but valiant effort.
$131, sir. Switch.
Money fish, or points fish. Spot. Smallmouth. Here we go. That's a nice one. Oh god, look at mean, boy.
Sappenfield, 3 bass, fishing as a motor.
Gabe Montgomery, 131.
8 pounds and 6 ounces, 86. Thank you, sir.
How's it going?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I caught me a points fish, so I'm happy. Life is good.
There you go, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bruce Hazley, 4 bass. He's one south of Lake Rockland, Arkansas. 10 pounds and 7 ounces, 10.7. Thank you, that. Gabe Montgomery, 1 bass, fishing as a co-angler from Jackson, Missouri.
What's up, brother? How are you? Good.
He's got 1 at 2 pounds and 6 ounces, 2 6 points in the bag at 2 6.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, all one of them.
All one of them.
Hey, that's right. I'm very happy to have them. Very happy to have them.
Yes, sir. Take her easy.
Hey, all right. Appreciate your work, man. I know it's not the most pleasant job in the world.
That's all right. That's all right.
Somebody got to do it, right?
It's my fun job. Right?
All right, that's a wrap on the tournament. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will do a recap. Me and the homies at the house are all going to kind of break down our tournament, what they did. So stay tuned for that. And Drew, I gotta ask you, first of all, this guy's great to fish with. You guys are ever fishing the BFL, you draw him, you're gonna have a fun time. Great boater, gave me plenty of room, just had a really good time. But would you do anything different if you had to change anything, or would you just stick with the program? Any second
I'd
thoughts?
started in a different spot, knowing that there was someone on my start pool. But other than that, I probably would have practiced a little different, but
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I did. Ran them all, most of the same stuff. I think missed one on a swim jig that probably would have helped, and that was about it, I guess. Didn't really lose too many.
Yeah, because, you know, like I said earlier, the water has fallen multiple feet. So in the back of your head, you're still thinking. Plus, you came down a couple weeks ago and caught, or a week ago and caught them in the bushes really good.
Yeah.
So that's like tickling in the back of your head, because there are some bushes that are still deep enough to hold fish. But you got the current thing and you got the point thing, so it's like, you know, in the back of your head, you're like, oh, do I stick with one? Just run as many as run as many as I can of one or the other, and it's kind of tricky. But I think we did good, man. I mean, I think we rallied.
Started down here and then worked our way, and that way we could have stayed down there more at the end of the day.
Because there was definitely an afternoon bite.
Yeah, they were biting down that way, and then we came back this way, and there really wasn't a whole lot for us to fish back this way. So.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, we did what we could do. I'm just happy to have my points fish.
All right, folks, tournament is over. We're just hanging out. We had some Mexican food and watching TV. As far as my day, I caught 1 keeper. I finished in 87th place, but I moved up to 34th in the points, so it was successful. As a co-angler in the back of the boat, it's all about at least getting 1 fish, and the goal is to always fish the regionals and ultimately make the All-American. So I considered it a success. No check, but I didn't zero, which is so important. And had a great boater. Drew was awesome to fish with. So kind of the pattern that we established was we did a little bit of junk fishing, a little bit of, we fished an old foundation. He caught one off of an isolated brush pile. And then the main pattern was just fishing channel swing banks, like main lake points with some current. And for me, the shaky head was, what I got my most bites on. Drew caught fish on a drop shot, 10-inch worm, and a shaky head. But it was a tough day. We had to keep our head down and grind. Caught not a whole lot of fish, but it was about keeping your bait wet. And I feel good. I mean, obviously you want to get a check. Obviously you want to make like a top 20 or something like that. But when it doesn't work like that, you at least want to put a fish in a boat to get some points. So that's where I'm at. I'm good to go on that. Mike, you had a little bit of a tougher day. You had some opportunities.
Yeah, I had a great bunch of opportunities. I actually lost more weight at the boat than I weighed in. Like I said in the practice video, my plan was to go fish shallow in the bushes first and then go out to the deeper stuff. I caught 2 nice ones right away in the shallow bushes. And for whatever reason, I decided to run up to where me and Gabe had caught some in practice on some bluffin stuff. My partner, actually, he caught his only keeper up there. I didn't catch any keepers up there. Came back to the same basic area, but fished the deeper stuff in those areas that I fished in the morning. And I lost 3 fish, probably over 3 pounds in the last 20 minutes of the tournament. And I'd lost another one that morning. So I don't know what was going on, but it just goes to show you got to switch. When you have a plan, I was up by Bucksaw, and I told my partner, I was like, this just doesn't feel right. Let's go back to where we were. I'm not sure why we left when we caught a couple nice keepers up there. I just, in my mind, I had it. Once the sun got up, I needed to leave and go to the deeper stuff. That being said, when we come back, where I caught those fish was in deeper water. Off of what Ben was telling me, where he was seeing them in 6-7 feet down the trees, I was just over 12 to 15 feet of water. I'd throw my jig out, I'd count it down to where I thought it was in 6 or 7 feet, and I'd reel it back. And I was getting bites, and for whatever reason, I couldn't put them in the boat. But I'm happy with the 7.05 I had. I think finished like 8th place, but I could have easily had a nice limit and maybe challenged Mike for 11th or 13th. I could have been around Mike, but it just goes to show you it's.
Well, don't give that away yet. See, that was gonna be like we were saving that for the
finale. Yeah, but yeah, it was a great time staying here and hanging out with you guys. It was awesome. I hope this is a thing going forward. We all work together. I think it's going to help all of us.
It was fun.
So yeah, it was a good time, and the moral of the story, I guess, is don't be afraid to break whatever your plan is. Adjust during the day. I mean,
and all these meats were top notch.
Yes.
The hamburger and
hamburgers,
the brats.
The brats. The Mexican food.
The spice is right.
Yeah, the spice is right. So yeah, it was a great weekend. I mean, couldn't ask for. I mean, like you said, you want to finish well, but it is what it is. I always say, like, you don't realize if you don't bass fish tournaments, the guy that got 85th was probably closer to getting in the money line than you realize, or the guy that was in 12th may have been really close to winning the tournament.
Yep.
Just one bite away, something goes wrong, whatever. So yeah, just keep your head down and keep grinding. I mean, that was my thing today. I fished my butt off. I am exhausted. I'm worn out. But tournaments like this, I think that's what you got to do. You just got to. The battle of attrition when it's 96 degrees out and humid is a big deal. Big deal. And I'm glad I ate a banana every day.
A banana day keeps the doctor away.
Up out there, so.
All right, Ben, man, break down your day. How did it go compared to what you thought, and would you have changed anything?
Would I have changed anything? Absolutely not. I ended up finishing 88th today. I weighed 4 fish for 613, but I have my chances at some better ones. I missed a bite. Co-angler flipped in there after I'd already moved on to the next spot, and he ended up pulling a high 3 out of there. Good fish. What I found in practice held true, but the fish slid out a little bit deeper even. It took me a while to catch up on that. Where I was catching them in 8 to 12, in practice they slid out to 15, 18, even 20 feet. And I think that's due to the water dropping. It came down another foot today. I realized the primary pattern in this tournament was going to be to run current, like everybody was doing on the steeper stuff where that current was ripping. I decided I didn't want to fight the crowd. So I found some fish doing something different, pitching a big plastic, whether it was a brush hog or a power worm or whatever, into some standing timber. Main lake gravel. The day didn't go super well, but like I said, I missed 2 or 3 solid bites. And I think if I had to do over again, I'd go back out there and swing for those bigger fish that were being less pressured. If I land the bites I get and I fish clean, I think I'm in an 11, 12 pound range and finishing them with a good check. Going forward, I'm looking to hopefully qualify for regionals. I'm sitting 80th in the standings right now, so we need a really good finish in September in the super tournament, and hopefully we can all go down to Grand Lake, fish the regional together. Great time, had a blast. Let's get it.
Sounds great, man. Sounds great. Yeah, that would be nice to all qualify and go down to the regionals. All right, here's the winner of the house right here. Talk about your day and how it went and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. So, I started off running some stuff that I found in practice. I, shaking what felt like some pretty good fish off in practice. And so I kind of ran back to those areas, and like everybody mentioned, a lot of folks were doing the same kind of thing, targeting the same kind of areas. I found that was pretty beneficial for me in the beginning of the day because it forced me to do something a little bit different that I hadn't ran. So, kind of in the same areas, but just expanding on that. So like channel swing points, but maybe go down the channel bank a little bit. Even if it was something as small as that, like I caught some fish that, I knew there would be fishing around that area, is not necessarily specifically exactly where you shook the fish off, right? So that was key. Caught some fish up shallow early on in the day on those banks. And I'd planned on backing back out and fishing deeper later in the day, but my co-angler actually stuck a fish, fishing out a little bit deeper on this one point, and so we started fishing deeper, backed out a little bit.
Well,
earlier.
okay, so when you say deeper, we're at Truman Lake, so what's deeper?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, like in practice, I was getting most of my bites in like the 8 to 10 foot range. I mean, we backed out and we were catching fish mostly in 15. 15 was kind of like the magic depth today, it seemed like. So yeah, I would say 15, maybe some closer between 15 and 20, but the majority of the fish were pretty dialed in. They were like at 15.
And you're talking the water visibility was 2 foot maybe?
Maybe that's probably a stretch.
Yeah.
I'd say a foot and a half.
So there were still fish in 15 to 20 foot.
Oh, absolutely.
In a foot and a half, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's kind of a misconception. You think of that like dirtier water, you think the fish are going to be like 6 foot or less a lot of times, but they'll still get out there, especially when the water's falling.
Yeah, they were there, and like so they were relating to steeper drops. And if there was just like a real quick change on the point where there would be pretty significant depth change. It didn't have to be a ton though, but they seemed to be relating to that. And then of course we had the shad around. And then like Ben mentioned, the current came into play. It seemed like later in the day. I don't know if they started discharging more or what, but the current was really ripping on some of those channel swing areas. Yeah. So, and shad were kind of pushed up like in the eddies and stuff. And so we were catching fish like, set up on the current breaks and just a little bit outside where the current was ripping through there. So caught some doing that. Kept a 10-inch worm in my hand 95% of the day, and just I started catching them on it early. I shook a bunch of fish off on it in practice, and so I just went with it, and I ended up with, I think I had 9 keepers. I was culling like ounces, but still very happy with the finish, especially since Thursday was my first day on this lake ever. So really pleased, and I was due for a good tournament. I really needed that.
So what'd you weigh and what was your weight, and then what place did you finish in?
Yeah, so I ended up weighing 13 pounds, 1 ounce, and finished in 12.
Nice. So top 12 on a lake that you'd never been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to make you feel good, man.
Yeah.
It's a good rebound.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I
right.
was-
Tough conditions.
Yeah, I feel like really blessed, and I mean, yeah, it's awesome. You know, I learned a lot in the last few days too, and I think maybe, you know, like you mentioned, that mentality, right? Well, maybe the fish don't get that deep. Maybe that's like a mentality for this lake. I don't have that because I've not fished here, so I'm just going on bass behavior in general and like what they're doing after a post spawn at this time of year, and with all this consistent hot weather. Like, to me, they're going to keep getting, you know, they're going to keep pushing further and further out. But I also think the consistency in the weather probably helped them be a little bit more active in the areas I was at too, along with the, you know, the current ripping like it was today. So yeah, I think those were all important. And I really thought the first couple hours, I had my limit by 9 o'clock. I thought that was going to be key. So I was really trying to, even though I was dragging a worm, I was trying to move pretty quickly just to see, because I figured the shallow bite would go away, but we actually got on the deeper bite quicker than I thought. So we just kind of stuck with that, moved away from the shallow stuff pretty early.
See, and I thought that was interesting because with the water falling 6 inches to a foot a day, you would think that shallow bite would completely kind of go away, but that wasn't the case. It almost seemed like it got better today than it was 2 days ago.
I would say
for whatever reason.
Yeah, I practiced really shallow with you know, a buzzbait a lot the first day. Had like 1 bite on it, and I didn't really get bit up shallow too much. There was definitely that 8 to 10, maybe 12 foot range ish, but it was mostly like 8 or 9 feet. You know, it was pretty. You can almost call your shot on it in places. So, but today, yeah, they were definitely backed out.
Cool. Well, thanks for the recap, and that's gonna wrap it up, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That helps so much. You know, it's a grind out here, trying to bring you guys the best content that I'm capable of doing, and a subscribe and a like really helps out. So we got several more of these tournaments coming up. We're gonna do some video footage and bring you along for the journey. Until next time.